Hello everyone, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today I'm going to be doing a tag video. So the name of the tag is the Extraordinary Means book tag. And I was tagged by Lizzie over at Lizzie Faye Loves Books. Thank you so much for tagging me. I will put all of the information in the description below as well as Lizzie's video. And yeah, so let me get started. So question number 1. I would give up the internet for a month for a signed first edition of this book. For that, I know the answer right away. It would be any first edition of any of my favorite classic authors. Like Jane Austen comes to mind first and foremost. I would give up the internet for more than a month if I can get a first edition of her book. You know, they go for thousands and thousands of dollars, way beyond anything that I could ever afford. But oh my god, if I could get a signed first edition of her book, oh, amazing. I would put it in a glass case and hang it up somewhere where dust and air doesn't get to it. A secondary author would be Charlotte Bronte, who I absolutely love. So yeah, any of my favorite classic authors from the 18th or 19th century would definitely be one that I would give up the internet for even a year if I could get that. Question number 2. I would give up pizza for a year if it meant I could sit next to this author on a long plane ride. Well, I don't really care too much for pizza, but maybe French fries or something like that I have a weakness for. And for that, I would definitely pick J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling seems like such a down-to-earth, great person. I've watched all her interviews. I absolutely love her. I mean, who doesn't love her, right? I mean, Harry Potter, come on. But I would love to sit next to her and just chat with her for a long plane ride. That would be awesome. Secondary would be Cassandra Clare, Ransom Riggs. Both I think are really fun. I've watched all of their interviews as well, and they just seem like fun people to hang out with. And if you have to sit next to someone on a plane, you would want it to be someone fun like that. Number 3. I would sit through 1,000 hours of commercials if it would ensure that Hollywood made this book into a movie. Now, I'm going to pick a book. I'm not sure if it's been optioned yet, but I haven't heard of it. So the book I'm going to pick is actually 1,000 Pieces of You. This is a book dealing with the multiverse and parallel universes, and the different universes that are covered in this trilogy are so awesome, and I would love to see them come to life on screen. You know, it's just all kinds of amazing. If you haven't read this book yet or this series, I highly recommend it, but I would love to see this made into a movie. Number 4. I would never read a new book again if it meant I could live inside this book. So I read a lot of science fiction and fantasy and dystopian also, so I'm not sure if I would want to live inside those actual worlds, because some of them are quite scary, and you know, there are a lot of different things that go on. But I did think of one book, any steampunk world that Gail Carriger created. She wrote the Solace series as well as the what's the name of the other series? Here it is. The other one is the Finishing School series, which I have to read this last book still. But oh my god, I would love to live inside those worlds because it's perfect in my personal viewpoint, because it's sort of Victorian-esque. You know, they live in Victorian London, and just has all the cool steampunk features that her worlds have. So definitely one of her worlds if I had to pick. Okay, number 5. I would let my Google search history be made public if it meant I could be best friends with this author. This is really hard. I don't know, maybe Sarah J. Maas, because I'm a huge fan of her books, but actually, you know, any any author that I'm a huge fan of. I mean, who wouldn't want to be their best friend if you're a huge fan of that author? So Sarah J. Maas, Cassandra Clare, Mary E. Pearson, any of those authors that, Claudia Gray, any of those authors that I've read that I'm a huge fan of, I would love to be their best friend, because I mean, they have all of these cool stories that they have to tell. And last but not least, number 6. So I would donate everything I own to Goodwill if it meant I could date this book character in real life. I mean, oh my gosh. If anybody that knows me knows this answer, my forever book boyfriend is Mr. Darcy of Pride and Prejudice. I absolutely love him. I love the story. I love the book. It's my all-time favorite. So definitely Mr. Darcy, no contest whatsoever. Okay, so who will I tag? I think I'm going to tag 4 people for this. If you want to do it, I'll also send you a message on Twitter. But first, I'm going to tag Catherine of Cover to Cover. I'll link her channel below. I'm going to tag Marnie of A Booktropolis, which I'll link below. I'm going to tag Amanda of AStitchinTime, and I'll link that below as well, and Jacqueline of Gem Reads. So I hope you enjoyed this tag. It was a lot of fun. I was so happy to be tagged for this. And I'll link everything below, including the questions and everything, in case you want to do this tag as well, because it was a lot of fun. So that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.